So I'm going to talk a little bit about a whole bunch of stuff that's really bad, and foam rolling, acupressure, voodoo floss, body tempering, stretching, whatever. Like, I don't care what modality we're talking about here. People want to talk about science-based and, it's not scientific, or this thing isn't scientific, or all this bullshit like that. I saw the dumbest post. I made a post about this even, that, you shouldn't do things like body tempering because the effect is neuromodulatory. Neuromodulation is a very important thing. If you say this isn't scientific because it's neuromodulatory, that's like saying this isn't scientific because it's physics. Like, that doesn't even make sense as a statement. My position on this, and someone asked a question the other day when I made a post about foam rolling, and they were like, does everyone need to foam roll? And it's like, no. It's like my philosophy on stretching. Stretch what's tight. See how you feel. You have a tight hamstring. I'm not saying both your hamstrings are tight. One of them is tight. Stretch it a little. See how you feel. Do you need to stretch both hamstrings? I don't. I only stretch the one because it's the one that's always tight. Just like how my opposite side, it's my hip flexor that's tight. I don't stretch both my hip flexors. I just stretch the one that's tight. And then I stretch it until it kind of feels even. Like, sorry, that isn't scientific. You mean you stretch until they feel even? Yes. How do you measure that? I can tell how it feels. Foam rolling. Acupressure. You take those, like the acupressure ball or whatever, you dig it in your calf. Body tempering. Acupuncture, for that matter, dry needling, whatever it is you're doing, voodoo flossing your knee. Try it. See how you feel. Does it reduce the pain? Then yes, it worked. Now, you're going to sit here and tell me, well, it's not scientific because there's no research showing that this actually changes the tissue. And it's like, okay, let's get into the science, because this is like an area that I actually have studied. Oh, pain. You want the scientific answer on pain? The scientific answer on pain is that pain is so complex that we actually don't understand it at all. You could chop your arm off and not have pain, and then get a paper cut, and it's excruciating. People can lose a limb. You lose your arm, and they're like, my hand hurts. You don't even have a hand. It's called phantom limb pain. We don't understand it. We think we kind of understand some of the parts of it, but we don't really understand a lot of it. A minor disc herniation hurts way more than a large one. In fact, a minor one tends to not heal. Why is that? Nerve damage. Do you know anything about nerve pain? Nerve pain is so fucking bad. If you've never experienced it, I hope you don't. It's so bad that you will grit your teeth so hard that you break your own teeth. Nerve pain is horrific. And we don't understand why that happens. We don't even understand why the drugs work. Here's some gabapentin. Why did it work? We're not entirely sure. There's a lot of stuff like that. You familiar with provisual modafinil? We don't know why it works. We have a few theories on why it works. We think we might know kind of why it works, but we can't confirm it. Gabapentin, it works. We're not entirely sure why. So you look at something like foam rolling, body tempering, voodoo floss, etc. Even massage. Why does it work? Not entirely sure. There's a whole bunch of mechanisms that are all theoretical. But the thing about pain is that we don't really understand it. A minor injury can be extremely painful and doesn't go away. Sometimes there's damage to the tissue and there is no pain. Sometimes there's excruciating pain and it doesn't go away even after it heals. There's like complex regional pain syndrome. People have this excruciating pain that just persists, and we can't seem to stop it. We put people in a ketamine coma to try to reset their nervous system. So here's the deal. All of this, if you want the scientific answer, is that we don't fucking know. So the best thing for you to do is try something, see if it helps, and if it reduces your pain, keep doing it. Like, if you find that, hey, when I use a percussion massager on my knee, I don't have pain afterwards, that's a reason for you to keep doing it. If you find that when I voodoo floss my ankle, it feels better, that's a reason for you to keep doing it. You don't need to have a scientific study to tell you, hey, this made your pain less. If I tell you, hey, my elbow hurts like hell, and you rub on my elbow and now the pain goes away, I don't need a scientific study to tell me I feel less pain. Okay? Point something out to you real quick too. Elbow's a good example. You ever whack your elbow really hard? What's your reflex? You immediately grab your elbow. Why? You hit your hand. You grab your hand. You slam your hand in the car door. You grab your hand. It's a reflex. Like, you don't even have to think about it. It's like, oh, and you grab that. You bang your knee on the coffee table. You immediately take your hand and slap it down on your knee and go, oh. But putting pressure on it actually makes the pain hurt a little less. Why? Why does compression work? Compression socks. Wrapping your knee up. Why do knee sleeves help so much? Guys are telling me I can't squat without knee sleeves, but if I put knee sleeves on, I can squat 600 pounds. The compression. Why though? Well, something about nociceptors maybe. We think we know. Maybe some kind of weird, like, nervous system feedback loop. When you put pressure on something, that causes it to, like, down regulate the signal because there's another signal that's interfering. It's a whole signal to noise ratio thing. But the bottom line is we don't entirely understand why pain occurs. We don't understand how to stop pain. And so really the most scientific thing you can do is accept the fact that we don't know, and then just try something, see if it works, and if it works for you, keep doing it. There's your big scientific answer, because the truth is you're not going to find a study that explains pain in, oh, this is exactly why you have pain and this is exactly how to get out of it. Nope. Sorry. There are things like the brain where there's more that we don't know. And so you just sometimes have to guess and pay attention to your observations. What's more scientific than paying attention to your observations?